Bryan, we talked a little bit about, just some of your experience as you were building out GreenPal, and then possibly the other companies that you created prior to GreenPal. What are some of the things that you saw early on, and how did you mitigate those? And you talked specifically about paradigm shifts. So let's look at it from a paradigm perspective. Tell us about looking at it with a different lens.
Yeah, so one thing that has helped me a lot building GreenPal is I'll do an hour or two a day of customer support just to always know what the customers are talking about, know what they're experiencing. Even though we have thousands of people using it every hour of every day, I still earmark an hour or two a day because there's this weird thing that happens in every startup. There's the founder logic and there's the customer logic, and they're both looking at the situation from different paradigms. And so for me, I try to close that gap by doing customer support. That's helped me a lot with trust and safety, just knowing everything from like run of the mill fraud, where it's like, hey, I hired this guy and he texted me that he wants me to Venmo him a deposit for this. Is that normal? Should that be happening? No, that shouldn't be happening. Thank you so much for telling us. Now we got to figure out a way to deal with this. And so closing that gap between the customer's experience and the vendor's experience is how I do it and how I've always done it. So that's one way we do it. The other thing is I've come to learn like we try not to be like the judge and jury on these things. We try to let the data speak. So we try to look at, okay, what actually occurred and where did this go wrong and what are the data points for us to rely on rather than us trying to figure out, okay, is this a consumer facing issue of fraud or a vendor facing issue of fraud? So that's one way that we've tried to break down the gap that forms between or founder logic and customer logic.
Yeah, Bryan, you know what I love that you just said? You said that you spend an hour or two every day in customer support. Never getting so big that you're that far removed from your customer's experience with the product and service you've created to serve them. I think that's absolutely amazing, and I think something that business owners should take a note from, because there are things that happen. I've worked in corporate America, been corporate America as a CEO of my own company, but watched really big companies, in my consulting, where the leadership is so far removed from the customer experience that they really have no idea what's going on. So kudos to you.